We've got Nigel talking with the Wasps, Director of Rugby, Nigel Melville.
Well, back at Twickenham in a fitting way, really, Nigel, to sort of celebrate, I guess, for you. Wonderful season for Wasps.
Yeah, it's been a great season, and obviously to play a World 15 at Twickenham is just fantastic. You know, not just for our spectators, but the lads actually playing. Some of them haven't played in this sort of arena before, and a great opportunity.
And of course, it's not a soft option, is it, that you've been given? It's not a bad World 15. You've got class players there.
That's right. It's a tremendous World 15, and you know, we looked at that on paper and thought, well, they won't turn up, will they? Because they don't, and they have. So they've trained a couple of times as well, which again is a bit strange for World 15. So they're well prepared as well. So it's been a really tough afternoon for us, really.
It's a great collection of players. It's very interesting having a couple of runs with them. Just how quickly they adjust. The first day, a little bit raw and a few balls on the ground, but the second day, just pretty much a light-hearted run in terms of venue and assembly, but absolute 100% of concentration, and by the time we'd finished the run, not a mistake.
It's very difficult to play very early this game because we met all the team 2 days ago. But with all the international rugby players, it's very kind, and we are all very happy to play this game. And it's a great honor for each other. And we work Thursday and Friday to play, I hope, a great game.
Wasps line up then, well, missing a few stars, but still with 5 full internationals. The powerhouse second row, the Scots Andy Reid, Damien Cronin, Gareth Rees, fresh from Hong Kong, where he's been captaining Canada in international rugby, Kenny Logan of Scotland, Mike Hall, the guest from Wales. And the World 15, 666 international appearances, a squad the best in many instances that you could wish to see. The excitement of Bishop and Serevi at halfback. Well, what a back row. Joseph, Pinar, Offa Hangawi, that would be hard to beat. And of course, with Campo, Villar and Rush, we can expect some magical running, and I'm sure a hatful of tries from this side, coached by Australian Bob Dwyer, the man from Leicester, of course. Referee Didier Menet. 5 full internationals already in his young career. He comes from Marseille. It should be fun. And it's Serevi of Fiji to start the action. Well, I think Damien Hopley, it'll be more than just basketball and throwing it around for the fun of it.
I hope so. I mean, there's a lot of these young Wasp players given this opportunity to play here at Twickenham. They've got a lot to prove while their counterparts are away in Argentina and South Africa, respectively. There's a big chance here for them to impress, and they'll be looking to do that today in front of Chris Wright and all the Wasp officials here.
So the blue and black of the World 15 immediately get the tap penalty from the scrummage. The ball passed inside initially by Pinar, set up in the Wasp 22. Graham Bishop is the man behind the scrum, one of the greatest scrum halves of the modern era, played in the World Cup final. He passes to Serevi, to Philippe Selar up front. Selar half through, and nearly a scoring pass through to Villar. It just went forward, but skills early and in plenty.
Good work here from Philippe Selar. He's had an outstanding season with the Saracens. Tried to get that pass away, but just falling behind fullback Sebastian Villar.
Wasp scrummage inside their 22. Martin Wood, understudy to Andy Gummersall, but a very promising youngster. Formidable figure of Gareth Rees, looking to find touch and doesn't. But Shane Royser is up to chase it. Across comes Jamie Joseph, the New Zealand number 8. And Wasps retain possession well on their 10-metre line. Lovely pickup as well, and drive. The front row set it up. Short of the halfway, Martin Wood to Rees. Sends Sebastian Villar, player who sparkled in winning for Brive the European Cup final. He links to Eric Rush, who links in turn to Serevi, and there is a man with magical skills and wonderful hands. Set up back to Bishop, to Selar. Well, what skill we're seeing now as Stridham, the South African, now Dalton of South Africa, to Campese. Each getting an early touch. Here's Bishop again. Serevi inside the 22, settles it down, finds touch on the halfway. Well, even within those few moments, we've seen wonderful skill.
Outstanding work from Waisali Serevi. Really is the magician with the ball in his hands and makes so much time and space for people around him. I think he's going to be a key figure this afternoon. Looking forward to seeing some more skills from him.
29 last Monday only. He seems to have been on the scene so long, and of course has starred in Hong Kong Sevens on numerous occasions. That's good work by Andy Reid. Andy Reid for Wasps. Tying in the World 15. That's what they'll be hoping to do, just to tuck them in. Martin Wood, and the link on the break was Buster White, getting the feed from Gareth Rees. This is Young Wood, came from Harrogate. Fed on by Mike Hall, the guest Welshman, bolstering the midfield where several Wasps are, of course, missing. And as the World 15 dive over the top, tap penalty quickly taken. This is Mike White, Buster White, universally known as, and knocked back 10 metres. Martin Wood. Greenwood breaks the first tackle attempt of Pinar into the World 15-22. Ball is loose and free and claimed by the World 15. Joseph, uncompromising figure, often number 6, number 8 today. This is Serevi, the little chip and chase that he loves in sevens, but it's well covered this time by Kenny Logan, the Scotland international. Kenny Logan. Again in the 22, and good ball to Rees. Lovely pick-up that was by Buster White, goes loose. This is David Campese, no way through there. Joseph taking on Shane Reuser. And again worked well. This is Arbizu, captain of Argentina. Villar to Bishop. Fed on now by Olivier Roumat. Joseph takes it one-on-one, pops it back, was well held by Greenwood, but fed out now to Serevi, to Senna. He's got Rush outside. Eric Rush, former flanker. Look at the pace of the man. Still Eric Rush. And beautifully picked up by Serevi. No one else could have done that, surely. And Waisali Serevi, as he did last year in the Sanyo Cup, scores the first try of the match. Brilliant running by Rush and unbelievable finishing skills from the Fijian from Nambua, Waisali Serevi.
Outstanding work from Serevi. Some big hits coming in from the Wasps, trying to contain these huge back row from the Sanyo 15. Philippe Sella, as we've often seen before, taking and giving a pass. Tremendous pace from Eric Rush. He's 32 years old. Still got that pace and managed to release the ball. Look at that for a pickup. He really is an outstanding player.
Almost a touch of arrogance in it, but a more modest and self-effacing individual you couldn't wish to meet. This is Villar. Available to Rush. Several years a dedicated flanker, but was switched with great effect to the wing as a result of his brilliance as a seven-a-side runner. Well, just a little aggro there with Martin Wood wanting the ball released by Bishop to take the tap penalty. Full penalty, is it? Yes, and a chance for Gareth Rees, wind behind him, to get Wasps' first points. Fresh from that record point-scoring tally in the First Division this season, Gareth Rees. Altogether, something like 329 points. Played here in a Pilkington Cup final as an 18-year-old schoolboy at Harrow. Comes back now at 29 to lead Wasps. It's a good kick. Excellent. So, first points well deserved for Wasps after 15 minutes played. A try by the World 15. 3 points pulled back by Wasps with a fine kick from Gareth Rees. So they come back for the scrummage, and Wasps and Didier Menet trying to lay down the law to some rather bigger men than himself. Bashop doing the good spoiling work. Pinar acting as the dive passer to Jamie Joseph. Thought that Rush was staying out wide, but it was knocked on as he came back inside. Eric Rush, only 9 internationals at 15 aside, but has been for the last 10 years captain of New Zealand in sevens. Martin Wood, Rees, then loops round Hall. This is Rees. May not be the quickest man, but what effective timing, and the pass is brilliant to Logan, and that's under the post for the Wasps. Wonderful running, great support play, and a classic of its kind. The crash ball, the setup to Gareth Rees, who executed a brilliant loop, and then the inside pass was perfectly timed to Kenny Logan, and the Scottish flyer, unlucky, many would say, not to be on the Lions tour, knew no place other than the try-scoring point behind the post.
Good rehearsed move here from Rees to Mike Hall. The ball back inside, an enormous gap opens, and let's face it, he needs one. Comes flying through, actually a lot quicker than people give him credit for, Gareth Rees. Showing of the ball, Serevi caught off foot, lovely time pass, and that's a combination that's worked throughout the season for Wasps. Kenny Logan, a familiar try scorer for the Wasps, and the Courage League champions go in front.
Great score. Rees, the creator, adds the 2 points from the conversion, and Wasps lead after 17 minutes by 10 points to 5. Gareth Rees. David Campese. There's the old hitch kick. Not quite the electrifying pace off the mark that was his hallmark, but still no shortage of pace or running skills from David Campese. Well, 15 put in on their own 22.
And really the Wasps directors will be delighted with this effort being put up by their side. A lot of young players like Martin Wood really taking no stick at all from this World 15. Not in awe of any reputations. They want to go out there and prove themselves, which is great to see.
Wasps leading indeed. 10 points to 5, 29 minutes almost. As Bashop feeds Serevi, there's a lovely inside break. Opens up the whole field. Rees back there, and as you said earlier, Damien, quicker than many people would give him credit for being. So Bashop, Serevi picks up everything. Just a little show of the ball. This time he is clear. Martin Wood won't catch him. Oh, change of pace, and that's classical Waisali Serevi. It's a pity in many ways we don't see more of the Fijian 15-a-side game, because talents like this really do lighten your life. It's wonderful to watch. And this was it.
Change of direction there from Bashop. The ball may be at his tiptoes, but Serevi will pick up absolutely anything. He's got magnificent handling skills. Little show of the ball, little step. Martin Wood caught short. He decides to make life easier for the kicker, dot it down under the post.
VR adds the 2 points to give the World 15 the lead back. 12 points to 10, half an hour played. Serevi again, inside to Joseph, eats up the turf with those raking strides. Not such a good pass, but it still works. Serevi should have passed, but he has support from Pinar. They're right on the Wasps line, and eventually held up by Wasps. It'll be a scrummage, and it's a real contest out there. There's no handy-pandying around here. Scrummage, and it'll be World 15 put in. Pinar close then. Odds on a try here, I'd guess. Just waiting for Fangawi, I think, to adjust his lace, his boot. Well, it's not a bad back row, is it? Pinar, Joseph, Fangawi, Bashop to feed the scrum. Joseph goes, tries to go underneath, he's well held. Bashop feeds Campese, dots it down in the corner. Like lightning, the pass from Bashop, And the finishing from the man who we've seen run in so many spectacular tries. That wasn't his longest one, but 64 tries for Australia. One now for this World 15. Quick pass.
Quick pass, and Kenny Logan could do nothing about that. Great work from David Campese.
Well, we haven't seen Sebastian Villard kicking for France since the World Cup, but in 14 appearances for France, he kicked 115 points. But not on that little occasion. Shouldn't give them the build-up.
Kiss of death. Good set piece here, very strong. Jamie Joseph off the back, very sharp, simple 2-on-1. Bashed it with great hands, and Campese doing what he knows best, dotting the ball down. Good work for the World 15.
So the sun shines brightly on Twickenham, and wonderful entertainment for the thousands who've come. That's taken by Fritz van Heerden. Scrummage to Wasps, and as the World 15 front row settle, it's important for them to get fully match fit. James Dalton's been out of action quite a while, so too Bali Sport, and they will have big matches coming up back home, and this was an ideal preparation, and they're taking it seriously, that's for sure. White sets it up well. Wood feeds Rees. Reverse pass, almost too clever. Switch by Wood again. This is Ufton. Now the drive on by Will Green, the prop. Was certainly not fazed by the calibre of opposition. Rees, Ufton. Five metres out, a penalty to Wasps. So Wasps stung into repronse by that last try. Worcester White. Peter Scrivener. Mike Hall took a bit of a knock in that last tangle. He's a bit slow to his feet, but he's back in position now. Could be on the end here with Logan through. Good option taken on direction there with the switch, and Logan unimpeded. And that pulls them back within 2 points with a minute of the half to go. Kenny Logan, second of the afternoon.
Good ball here for Martin Wood, and if we see who Kenny Logan's up against, Barley Swart standing in front of him, as every winger would fancy his chances against the prop. It's a well taken score for Kenny Logan. He seems to be thoroughly enjoying his time down at Wasps.
Well, Logan scored 5 tries, a record in the Courage Leagues against Orrell early in his start with Wasps. Fancy his chances perhaps today. He's got 2 out of 2, and that was neat. And here's Rees to try and level it in the last seconds of normal time in this first half. This for 17 all. Exactly 40 minutes gone. No problem at all. Consistent with his place kicking, Gareth Rees, and an appropriate ending to this first half as Wasps level it with that conversion by Gareth Rees to add to his penalty and conversion of Logan's 2 tries. It's 17 all, and I'm sure Wasps will be absolutely delighted against such illustrious talent as we've seen already in this first half. Well, not surprisingly, the World 15 making full use of the talents available with Campese and Eric Rush. Graham Bashop I can see slinking off at half-time, so a chance for the other tremendous talents to be seen. And with Brian Redpath certainly there at scrum half. And I think Jean-Michel Gonzalez, the French hooker, has come on. There's little Brian Redpath, Melrose in Scotland, 24 international appearances. So adjustments for both teams to make, really. And, the structure of this World's 15 side, will see what impact it has. Immediately, but down to the basics. Redpath to Serevi. He's still there at Arbisu with Sela. Got the pass in well. Now it's a big Marika Vunibaka is out there too. Well, and the Japanese player Yoshihito Yoshida. Here's Pina, Francois Pina, and this is Yoshida, tackled quickly by Greenwood. Redpath, off Ngawe. He's going all the way. He takes some stopping, does Willie O, and the Tongan-born Australian does as he's done to so many teams, just powers his way through from 10 metres out. This man's well nigh unstoppable. So the lead back for the World 15. Scarce a second gone of this second half.
Good build-up from the World 15. A big Willie O getting up ahead of steam. Martin Wood thinks about it, decides against it for the sake of his summer, and scores a great try there for Willie O.
Yes, unfair odds there. He had enough room to get up that momentum, to get into his stride, then the big handoff. 16.5 stone at full tilt. Via to try and increase the lead to 24-17. That's on target, that's a fine kick. So a 7-point lead. Sebastian Via with his second conversion. 4 tries to 2. The World 15 re-establish their lead. Restarts. Derby's here on with the break up to halfway. Playing it in tight, then stretching it again. Joseph. Definitely signs of real intense commitment here from the World 15. Sela, captain of this side for the second year in a row. Redpath, Serevi. That loose, lengthening stride. Now it's Joseph. Jamie Joseph looking for the switch pass. Not the best one to Vunibaka. Vunibaka is a player who, again, has been, well, you've seen him at first hand in the World Sevens, haven't you, Damien, and the Hong Kong Sevens. Remarkable character who has the build of a second row forward and all the talents of a wing three-quarter.
He's got tremendous pace and power, and I hope we'll see him in some space this afternoon, because he really is an outstanding runner.
He and Serevi have been doing the sevens rounds over here with impunity, and of course the two of them, Serevi and Vunibaka, were in the Barbarian 7 that won the Middlesex, and also at my local club Henley they gave a feast of rugby that everyone enjoyed. Here come the World 15 again on the halfway. Redpath, nice service to Arbisu. Back from, was it VR to Arbisu? Ruma. Just lays it back. Redpath, men stretching out wide. Arbisu tries to float it long. Yoshida couldn't pick it up. Yoshihito Yoshida of Isitan and Japan, a World Cup member 2 years, just misses the chance. And there's an injured Wasp gone down as the World 15 rumble towards the goal line. Redpath now lengthens it to Serevi, feeds long wide. Vunibaka cuts inside 1, cuts inside 2. See what I mean? Well, Damien, we didn't have long to wait.
Wonderful score from Vunibaka, and that's the first time I've seen him smile ever on a rugby pitch. Good build-up from Pinar, setting up the position. Serevi getting slightly confused. All the runners coming off him. Lovely long pass again. Really, the quality of the passing has been outstanding this afternoon. Lovely bit of stepping from a big man. He's so agile. Great score from Vunibaka.
10 international appearances for Fiji at 15s, but of course it's 7s that they take the more seriously. And it's that 7s talent that translates so readily to occasions like this. Injury to Gareth Rees whilst VR attempts the conversion. It stands at 29 points to 17. So quite an onslaught since the half-time whistle. VR is on target. So 31-17, and the World 15 really turning it on since the turnaround. Wasps throw then. We're 11 minutes now into the second half. 31-17 to the World 15. Last year it was Leicester, of course, as champions here. The World 15 was stretched to the full then, 40 points to 31. And Wasps are making a good fist of this one, attacking now. Look to be knocked on, but there's World 15 pulling down the ruck. And attack penalty to Wasps, quickly taken. White there in the van as ever, downed by Gonzalez. Still there for Wasps. Wood calling for it. Rees. No thanks from Logan for that one, I think. Just keeping it all a bit tight. This is Scrivener. Tall, lean, number 8. Captain of England at under 21 level. Drive by Cronin. Wood away. This is Kinsey. And still putting the pressure on in the 22 with Rees now. Can they stretch it? There should be a man over. The hooker's the link, and this is Logan. Into the corner. He stretched and made it. Or did he? The flag goes up. The touch judge on the far side won't be the world's most popular figure here to deny Logan his third try. Close call, this one.
Gareth Rees sees some space out wide. Lovely time pass from Aaron James. Takes and gives the pass. Simon Mitchell and the Sean Fitzpatrick mould hanging around on the wing. Kenny Logan looks like he steps inside. Let's see what happens here. Does he get the ball down? Good decision from the touch judge.
Knocked back by Damien Cronin. This is Rees. Aaron James is the link man. Diving over the top, quickly taken to Cronin. Good pace for the second row. This is James. World 15-22 again. Fitness levels looking pretty good here. This is Kinsey. Just shrugs aside Vunibaka. Martin Wood trying to find a path to a support player. It's blocked. It's offside by the world. Rees takes one man out. It's Serevi driving in back, but can he ground it? Not quite. However, it's going to be a penalty. Gareth Rees just couldn't impress himself quite enough to ground it. It made it to the line. And a little exchange of pleasantries on the deck, I guess. It's going to be a tap penalty. Well, certainly I think Rees fancied his chances there against his opposite number. Rather lighter by Salih Serevi. Watch out for the cross kick. Yoshida there, would he hold it? No one can get there. Well, he does that with the boot and sometimes, of course, with the American football pass. Yoshida wasn't quite sure what was happening then.
Here we see Wood to Rees, absolutely flying at this stage. Bounces off by Salih Serevi. A great strength from the Fijian standoff. Managed to hold up Rees over the line. I think there'll be a bit of stick in the dressing room after that.
Ross come again with Rees. Went rather past Upton, and that's dangerous. It's Van Heerden breaking out with Pienaar now. Francois Pienaar, the man, of course, left out of South African affairs since the World Cup, virtually. And here they go down the line by Jamie Joseph with VR up in the line. Now it's off Hangawi, he's gone right the way across. However, falls into Wasps' hands, and disappointment there for Buster White. There's the 31-year-old who's been a Wasp since 1985. Was in the championship winning side back in 1990 and again in 97. Ruma doing good work. Serevi, Philippe Sella setting up a lovely pass to Pinar, but that's not a good one from the World Cup winning captain. Arbizu from Yoshida, back inside to the big men. Ruma once more. Redpath, Serevi, Sella missed out wide to Vunibaka now via Van Heerden. Vunibaka loves to step inside and loves to round them off like that. And credit really to Fritz Van Heerden, who popped up wide out, the South African, to feed Vunibaka to score.
It all came from the two Saracens teammates, Messrs Pinar and Sella. And here we see an almost carbon copy again, a lovely wide pass from Serevi. Fritz Van Heerden, realising that he had a bit of pace inside him. One step, two step, down she goes.
36 points to 17. 6 tries by the World 15. And Via with the conversion attempt. And he's getting wonderfully consistent here. All 3 good kicks in the second half. And 38 to 17 with the last quarter of the match to be played. From Dunn, it goes to Jamie Joseph though. A bit of argy-bargy, lines came together, referee penalises the world. So here's Martin Wood. Worsley driving on. Kinsey. Joseph downs him, stands up, waits for the next one. White. Joseph it was again who hurls him to the deck. But still Wasps retain possession. This side who ended up with 18 wins out of their 22 league matches this season to clinch a championship by 6 clear points ahead of Bath, Quins and Leicester in the domestic league here. Oh dear, that was not so clever. Going to ground from Kinsey. Redpath, Serevi. Sella is clear this time. Looks inside and outside. Oh, he just went past Upton in a flash, and there'll be a great applause for Philippe Sella, who leads this World 15 side and puts in a wonderful run. 35 now, after a career of 111 internationals for France. This was good to see.
Wonderful ball from Waisali. Serevi went to kick, saw the defence was up in his face. Look at Sella, flashes the genius of old. The 35 still managed to outstrip Kenny Logan. I'm sure the French selectors will still be interested. Great score there for Philippe Sella.
Bear in mind the man whose career went to open in 82. Conversion over, and 45 points to 17. Logan, crossfield, but Yoshida there to cover. Nice handoff, Viard. 2 handoffs. Back inside. And the return pass coming from Redpath. Good play by the Scotsman, but that time picked up by Reuser. Kinsey. So we'll have had the full complement of, 42 players in action. And here's one who's made his mark earlier today, Kenny Logan, with a brace of tries and still driving on with Adam Black up to the 22. Will Green with good work sets it up. Reese wide, Logan. Buster White from the tap penalty. Rees now. Kinsey with a chance, but the tackle from Offa Hangawi. Wood to Rees. Royser to score. They finally breached the defence. Shane Royser and Wasps get their reward for persistent effort. And an effort personified really by that earlier driving run to set up the position from Will Green.
Here we see Martin Wood again, a lovely time pass. Gareth Rees stands up the ball, and Shane Royser, again one of the unsung heroes of this Wasps side, has had an outstanding season. Some would say unlucky not to be going Argentina.
Must have been a close call. He's certainly put himself in the selector's notebook. So over the 20 mark to 22. This could be 2 more from Rees, and Gareth Rees makes it more than respectable at 45 to the World 15, 24 to Wasps with their 3rd try. 8 minutes to go. Tied it up by Matt Greenwood. Wood for Rees. Good support from Kevin Dunn. Lawrence Grace. Penalty to Wasps. Not done yet, as Worsley goes on. I think some of the World 15 are beginning to think that they've done their bit. Wasps, though, determined to come back yet more. Redpath to Serevi, who has other ideas. Look at that, ghosting through, and no way anyone will catch him. Well, there's class, if I saw it. Takes it all the way by Salih Serevi with his hat-trick try.
Lovely ball from Brian Redpath. And the Wasps defence opening up in front of Serevi. And he really is the most dangerous runner. Fantastic pace.
He makes it all seem so effortless too, doesn't he?
It's an exhibition really from the crowd here. Delight to see Salih Serevi in full flow.
29 last Monday. And of course, star around the world as VR adds the conversion points just to re-emphasize the World 15 superiority to 52 points to 24. And this has been a sterling effort by Wasps, minus some key men, of course, on the tours. Alex King and Gummersall at half-back, and Chris Sheesby, Delalio, Nick Greenstock. But they've got, well, the grafters here still setting up ball in the pack. Buster White out wide, and here's a chance with Royser. Royser still elusive, breaks the 2 tackles there. He'll have to go himself, but he's got support eventually. It comes from Richard Kinsey. Joe Worsley there, Worsley for the line, just short. They could still get driven over, they've got the try. And who is it at the bottom of the... Mike White, no one deserved it more. Ah, little smile, yes. Great backing up, and goodness, he puts in some work. Buster White there to pull one back for Wasps.
Lovely time pass here from Buster White, masquerading as a centre. Shane Royser, as we've said all afternoon, has tremendous pace. Stands up the opposition. Vunibaka, Brian Redpath escapes their clutches. And who should be on his inside but Richard Kinsey, 33 years of age, still going strong. Tried to get the pass away. Joe Worsley again as support.
In off. from Gareth Rees, the perfect ending to a very afternoon's entertainment. 52 points to 31, and what an exhibition of rugby we've seen. World players giving some world-class performances. Moments to treasure in the likes of a hat-trick from Waisale Serevi, but all round it's been terrific entertainment, and great credit to the Wasps, and I'm sure as a Wasp yourself, Damon Hopley, they must take a lot of credit too.
It's been an outstanding show by some of the lesser-known Wasps. Really, they've played superbly, they've put up a great fight. We see some of the old war heroes like Messrs Kinsey, Greenwood and White, and Buster scoring that try at the end, and Kenny Logan, who's had an outstanding time with the Wasps, always plays with a smile on his face. And they'll be heartened by that display today. Outstanding.
And here, a rare galaxy of talent brought together at Twickenham from all corners of the world, and it really has been a joy to witness their appearance. And Philippe Sella receives the Sanyo Cup. Winners for the second year, the World 15, led both times by Philippe Sella of the Saracens and France. And the Sanyo Trophy proudly raised to the crowd and generously applauded by the English club champions, the Wasps.
Well, not a bad runabout, Francois.
Yes, it's quite fun. We only had 2 little training sessions, and you saw some real class out there, especially from the backs. I mean, the 2 Fijians, super, something else. When they just turn on the power, it's spectacular to see. And I was really astonished by Philippe Sala's turn of pace when he scored his try.
Me too.
I don't think he had that pace in him. He was absolutely amazing. And to play with the guys is something special. You know, we never get this opportunity to play with each other in a team. We always play against each other. And when you play with other guys, you start appreciating their talent, and you respect them even more for the fantastic sportsmen they are.
Well, Kenny, it was more than just a run-around, wasn't it? That was a proper game of rugby too.
Yeah, the second half they lifted up a wee bit, but we played well in the first half, and it was a good game of rugby. It was physical stuff, and we never really kicked the ball, which was quite exciting. And we got a lot of good ball, and we scored a couple of good tries, and but they're a good side. You know, when you put a bunch of world-class players together, it always makes a wee difference.
Lovely confrontation, you and Serevi. I thought you took him on once or twice, head first.
I took him on and then couldn't get the ball down. That was a bit, but he's electric, and he started playing sevens right off the bat, and he's the best in the world at it. So he did some wonderful things.
Well, and you showed a bit of pace as well.
Yeah, that was a deceptive pace. Actually, Logan bailed me out, thank goodness.
These sort of games are great fun, and obviously, you know, Wasps tried to run the ball early too, and you know, we didn't really train. We had 2 training sessions, you know, for half an hour and try to get some things together. But as Serevi said, like it's mainly for us to have a lot of fun with guys that you'd like to play with over all the years, and you never get the opportunity, and for them to go out there, and it's probably the most relaxed game you can ever play.
And it was, as I said to the others, a real contest, wasn't it? It wasn't just a sort of a throw-about.
Oh no, I mean there's a lot of pride obviously for Wasps. I mean they won the championship here, and for us to come across here, you know, we try and get a message across to the officials that games like these are still needed, and you know, you give the guys the opportunity and the crowd the opportunity to see some fantastic rugby. And you know, you saw Serevi today. He was a fantastic player. As you said, you don't see him often in 15s, but when he's in 15s and he's around good company, he's a very good player.
An afternoon of talent and entertainment at Twickenham yesterday, bringing the curtain down on our rugby season. The priority now is golf and also cricket as well. England needing 270 to win the 3rd and final Texaco Trophy one-day international against